Your Social Security benefits are going up. Up, I tell you. Take that, Devin Carroll. I love Devin. Anything Devin does on Social Security, you need to follow. He's got a course. He's got a book. He's got his YouTube channel. I don't know how he works with clients, but Devin is the man. I've learned so much from Devin. I know Devin. I consider him my friend. Imagine that. My wife and I don't see eye to eye on everything. But if Devin says it, you need to follow. But anyway, I saw his most recent video on how your Social Security benefits are going down. I said, what? So I jumped in there. I was like, did something happen I'm missing? Because Devin knows more on Social Security and his pinky than the 95% of people know in their whole freaking body. But it turns out he was mainly talking about taxation of Social Security. And that's not anything new, but I appreciate him making people aware of that 100%. But anyway, it's not the same as your benefits are being reduced. It's just saying you're going to pay more in taxes to your benefits. And I get that. But even with that, I'm going to show you how your Social Security benefits are still going up. And Devin would not take issue with me. I'm not taking issue with Devin. I consider him my partner. And we're both doing good stuff to help people figure out that they can retire without question. But before people start panicking, like, oh my goodness, and blaming the legal immigrants or blaming Biden or blaming Trump or blaming war. And I mean, look, there should be more, but I get it. I'm just going to show you how there's another side to it. So Devin's right. I'm going to show you how I'm right. We're both right simultaneously. It's amazing. This is not mutually exclusive. All right. So again, I'll put a link in the he's got his book you should buy. I'll put a link in the show notes to buy his book. And then he's got that course. I can't remember how to access, but just follow Devin's stuff. I'll put a link to his webpage or his YouTube channel. All right. So here we go. I was dealing with these people earlier today. And you can see in 2033, their Social Security benefits will be $57.99. All right. Now I'm using a 2.4% COLA because that's what the SSA says, the Social Security Administration. They think there's going to be a 2.4% COLA until 2092, I think is when the 75-year trustee projections are. It's 2093, something like that. But you can see their taxable amount of their Social Security benefits is only $983. All right. So what's happening here, they're only paying taxes on $5,983 of Social Security. So they're 50, I don't know what that's, 58, basically 53,000 is completely tax-free. So we know for a fact that 58,000 of their benefit, 53,000 of their benefit is tax-free. That's not debatable. And Devin wouldn't debate this. He knows this. But he's making you aware of the taxation of Social Security, which is huge. I'll come back to how much taxes they end up paying, but check that out. So $57,499 in 2033, 220. All right. Now in this case, there's a whole lot more of their Social Security benefits subject to taxation, and the reason is because they have IRA distribution. So they're taking $34,000 out from RMDs. But anyways, you can see we got 25,000 is now subject to taxation, but their benefit actually went up. It went up from 58,000 or something like that to 63,000. So it went up by $5,000. Their benefit went up for sure. How much of that they net? Well, we'll get to that just a second. But their benefit did not go down; it went up because of 2.4% cost of living adjustment. So hang tight. Here you'll see their benefit 2047 is $80,000. All right, so again, their benefit has not gone up. All right, their gross benefit. Now, net benefits we'll talk about, but their benefit has gone up. That's a fact. 54,000 of it is now subject to taxation because they're right here. Their RMDs are making more of their Social Security subject to taxation. It's just not going to be a big deal, but I'll show you. So 80,000. We started with 58,000 in 2033. Now we're at $80,000 of Social Security. So their benefit has gone up. Devin's talked about net. I completely agree. So let's check out the net. What you'll see here is this is their Social Security, $57,499 in 2033. This is their Social Security in 2037, $63,220. Total income in 2033, $57,499. Total income in 2037, excuse me, did I say 2020, 2037, $98,000. So their income is close to doubling what it was before. This is a total tax in 2033. So they paid no tax on $57,000 of Social Security, plus they pulled $15,000 out from their IRA. But because they're below the standard deduction, they paid no income tax whatsoever. So they netted $57,000 from Social Security. All right, here they got their total income is $98,000, and they're paying $2,500 in tax. All right, so $63,000 of Social Security plus $35,000 of IRA mandatory distributions. They still only pay $2,500 in tax. Even if we attribute all that tax to Social Security, $63,000 minus $2,500 is still $60,500. So here, even though they had to pay more, or more of their Social Security was subject to taxation, and they actually had to pay $2,500 in tax, the benefits still went up, even net of tax, even if we attribute that $2,500 in tax all to their Social Security, because they still netted $60,500 in Social Security benefit, whereas previously they only netted $57,499. I can't stress this enough. They get $98,000, and this assumes a tax code adjusts with inflation. And if you want to make inflation or whatever you want, be my guest. But I can't stress this enough. They get $98,000 of income, my friends, and they got $2,500 in taxes, because Social Security is the bulk of their income. And they live here in the great state of Georgia, so there's no state tax once you're 65, because they make less than $130,000 a year. All right, so let me show you something else. Here, their Social Security is $80,000, and they got $54,000 of RMD. So their total income is $134,000. Tax is $7,000. We take $7,000, divide by 134, and that's an effective tax rate of 5.2%. All right, so let's just, again, attribute that entirety of the tax to Social Security. They still got $73,000 of tax-free, or netting of Social Security net of tax, still $73,000. Their Social Security benefit has increased. It's not deniable. Again, Devin is right, and I am right at the same time. I would argue that if you can make your Social Security the priority for your income stream, it's just not that big of a deal. The tax man, it's just not. Now, I want to show you something. This is the infamous widow's tax trap. Look at that. Her taxes, so we'll say Joey dies here, right here at 90. They were paying $7,000 of income tax, and then it went to $11,000 of tax by the time he died. $159,000 of income and $116,000 of expenses. Okay, so Joey dies, and we'll say Janie, she now is a sole survivor, a surviving spouse, and her income drops from $159,000 to $123,000. Her expenses drop on $118,000 to $76,000. Her taxes go up by 50% almost, from $11,000 to $16,000. That's the widow's tax trap right there. Now the question is there anything they can do about that? Yeah, should they? Not in this case, because they just don't pay that much in taxes to begin with. I mean, they're basically paying basically nothing for the first 10 years, because he's 58 and she's 54. Basically hardly anything, if anything at all. And then they pay four figures for a while, until actually, off the top of my head, I can't remember. They pay four figures until he's 89 years old. I mean, that's a 5.2% effective tax rate. So by the time she's 85, she pays, or 86, she pays $16,000 of taxes on $123,000 in income. That is a widow's tax trap. It's just not that, that's still a 13% effective tax rate when she's in her late 80s. There's not much, no reason to do Roth conversions.